thing say is that I think North Dakota State is a very good football team. I think that's obvious, but I think that they're very good, and I give them credit, and I say nothing but good things about them. I think they do a good job. They've got good players. They're well coached. They do a good job, and I hope they go all the way again. As far as we're concerned, I think first thing, I think on offense, we didn't sustain any drives in the first half. We were 0 for 8 passing, and just didn't throw and catch well enough. Didn't run well enough. And then as a result, then when we were against the wind, we punted, and we punted poorly, and gave them, because we didn't make first downs, we gave them great field position, which is a recipe for disaster. And they had short fields, and they took advantage of it. I was very disappointed in our pass coverage. We must improve that. There were people running down the field all over the place, open, that should not have been. We've got to be better than that in pass coverage. One of the things that happens on special teams as you have injuries, and I'm not going to make excuses, I'm just going to state a fact. When you have injuries and you start replacing people on the guys that are on special teams become starters on offense and defense, and you start replacing people on special teams against a good team, there's a price to be paid. And we did not cover kickoffs, we did not cover punts well. They had 3 touchdowns on those, and we just didn't tackle. We had opportunities to stop them. We just didn't tackle. Encouraging, I'm going to point out a positive, encouraging to return a kickoff for touchdown. I thought what Lamont Booker did on that kickoff return, and he was close to breaking 1 or 2 more. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of opportunities lately to return kickoffs. So that team is, I think, improved because of repetition, and I think guys take pride in that, and we've been close, and it was good to see us get one. I thought in the second half our defense fought back. We challenged our defense. They did not score on our defense in the second half. They scored on a punt return. And I thought the offense led to that by taking sacks back in our own territory, having to punt out of our end zone, giving them a great place to catch the ball against the wind, and then we didn't cover like you've got to cover. So moving from here, we have 4 more games left. We have 2 on the road, 2 at home. The next game is Missouri State, and we must improve. We must be better. We must fight back.
Mike, when it comes to Rob, what do you do to try to get him? This is his 3rd game, 2nd start, but what do you try to do to get him to make that progression from kind of struggling the way he is to getting to the point where you can sustain a passing game? What do you do with him?
Well, I think it's got to go in baby steps. I think it's got to, it starts with looking at the film and pointing out what he did well, what he did poorly, and what he's got to improve on. And then the next step after that is in practice, helping him to see things better. He was not very accurate today. I think that's obvious. I think he made poor decisions, and I think he took some sacks and ran out of bounds when he should have.
He's rolling to his left a lot, and that puts him in a position where he has to, when he's scrambling, throw against his body. Is that, is that one of the things he needs to? I know there's many things, but is that one thing that he needs to?
Yeah, I think. If in an ideal world, a lot of that has to do with the hash mark the call, and, you know, quarterbacks have to be able to go both ways, roll to their right or roll to their left. You know, one of the things, he operates well at times when he's on the move. He tends to, when he's in the pocket, he tends to look at the rush more. When he gets out on the edge, he operates well, he just gotta be more accurate. You know, he missed some throw, I mean, it's, you know, very simple, he just missed some throws, and he's better than that, but he's not, he just didn't get it done.
Mike, how would you evaluate your team's effort today overall?
I've gotta watch the video to evaluate that. I thought I did not see any lack of effort. I saw guys missing tackles, I saw some players that I love to death, but they shouldn't be out there playing.
Defensively, you mentioned the coverages. What were the missed assignments that were missed in some of the, you know, the open passes that NDSU was able to
The big
get?
thing, it's pretty complicated to explain, but when you play combination, when you play man coverage and you play combination man coverages, you've gotta be disciplined with your eyes. And you can't look at the backfield, you can't look at the quarterback, you've gotta be disciplined with your eyes. And we've got some young players that were not disciplined with their eyes today.
I think Chris O'Leary went out pretty early, first series of the game.
He had a concussion.
Okay. What's the status of Keanu Harris and Greg Cuthbertson? I haven't seen them recently.
Greg Cuthbertson is out for the season because of the surgery on his knee. And I need to wait and comment on Keanu Harris at a later date.
Given all the turmoil that the team has endured both on the field and off the field this week, how is the team fighting through that? I mean, there's been rumors out there that some players were, you know, not in a position where they wanted, you know, there was a rumor out there that some players were not going to play this week. I don't know if you want to address that, but just the general mood of the team and you know, how's this team going to get through that, given that there's, you know, 4 more games left in the season?
Well, I think, you know, we're going through a very difficult time. And I see it as just like when you refine silver, you know, the good silver is gonna come to the top and you have to eliminate the impurities. And that's the process that we're going through right now. It's a tough, difficult process, but it's what we have to, you know, the process we have to go to move forward. I can't comment on the distractions of this week, how they affected us today. I can't comment on that because it's hard to figure that out. I mean, you know, I can only look at what happened out on the field, and that's not good enough.
There wasn't any there weren't any players missing today that, you know, I didn't expect to not see, but were there players this week that
There
had?
was nobody missing today.
Okay.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mike.